Hello, everyone. I'm sorry about that. Wow, it looks like StreamYard's intro videos and video clips is having a problem today. I hope we don't have a problem afterwards with um, my video because I have a very cool video to share with you today. Really excited. First, so let me back up. Sorry about that intro, but I do want to welcome you today to episode 68 of Celebrity Customer Experience Riffs with me, Jill Raff. Really happy to have you here with me today. And I just want to, talk about for a second, why Celebrity Customer Experience? Why is the show called Celebrity Customer Experience? It's because we all know the feeling that a celebrity has when they walk in as a customer anywhere. They feel this special attention and that they're having an incredible, unique experience. So I believe every customer deserves to have that same experience. And I would imagine you do too. So I think businesses should work to provide something unique, to provide an authentic experience, a genuine experience, so that your customers do in fact feel like a celebrity. So with having said that, today's guest is a recording of someone that I visited with and had an interview with while on my vacation this summer in Akko, which is a business work vacation. And boy, there is nowhere more unique, an interesting experience, an incredible, authentic, genuine celebrity customer experience that I had that I'm going to share with you today. My guest today, his name is Hamoudi, which in Arabic and Hebrew means like someone, oh gosh, it's one of those words that's hard to translate. It's like someone who's sweet and cute, and not just physically, but like the personality is really bubbly, engaging, extrovert, gregarious. So it's that kind of a personality, that kind of word, like someone's Hamoud, a Hamoudi. Hamoudi means my. So the word is Hamoud or Hamouda if it's for a girl in Hebrew. And Hamoudi means my Hamoud, right? So my sweetheart, my cutie pie, like that. So my guest today is free-spirited, fun-loving, interesting, incredible, unique man by the name of Hamoudi. He lives in the old city of Akko in Israel, and he really created this amazing, unique space where you would go to hang out, connect with others, drink tea, coffee. He does tours around the old city of Akko that he loves so much that you're going to see his pride and his love just exudes from him. It's truly an amazing experience. So I want to invite you today to listen and watch and really feel his energy, because even though, unless you speak Hebrew, you won't understand the words, but you will feel his energy and that pride. And that is what creates the amazing experience. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, this is just today. Let me get rid of this. Boy, StreamYard is definitely having its problems today. Let me see if I can adjust some of this and go back to my screen, because this is one that I love and I thought was especially fitting for today. You'll see it says, do all things with kindness. And today's guest, Hamoudi, perfectly named, is really all about that kindness. He is just filled with love. He says that all he wants from his people who come into his place, Hamoudi Art Cafe, is for them to feel love, to see them smile. And boy, there's no way to be around him without smiling. There's no way to be in his space and look at all the incredible things on the walls, hanging, this furniture. Like, no matter where you look, there are a million things to look at. A little bit like my guest earlier this summer by the name of Marwan, if you remember him. If not, go back and check that out as well. So let's see. I just want to make sure. It looks like the video is left as well. So give me 1 minute. I apologize. I don't know what's going on here with the tech today, but I do want to make sure that that's going to play when I set that up. So I'm just going to reload it here for a second. Yeah, and make sure. Okay, cool.
With you, those gorgeous.
All right, hold on one sec. We're going to get rid of this other one that seems to have disappeared. Okay. So thank you for your patience. Tech, you know, we have to go with the flow, right? So without further ado, it is vertical. So I'm sorry about all the black space, but please, I hope that you'll enjoy that. And I am going to give you a translation. So I'm going to play this for you, just for you to really feel his energy. You can see his smile. I actually decided in his honor to dress a little more colorfully today because he is a very colorful person. Again, it influences the experience. When you think about your place of business, you think about the decor, you think about the choice of furniture, you think about colors, you think about temperature, right? You think about the music, the art on your walls. All of these things influence the customer experience, just as he and his place does. So you'll see he is a very colorful person, fantastic, and both in his dress and how he is, his place, his personality, he just exudes that. So I will share with you, hang with me when we're done with the video. I have some beautiful still photos to share with you about my experience. And I will translate for you basically everything that he said. So I may skip through parts of this, expecting that most people won't understand it, but I do think you'll feel his energy and what he's saying. So, well, I'll just skip through parts of that for you to see that. And then I'll jump back in live and translate and show you some other pictures. So if you're watching live, feel free to join in, comment along the way, ask any questions that you have about what he's saying. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. And I'm sorry about all the trouble in the front end, but that's tech. So here we go. Without further ado, I introduce you to my friend Hamoudi at his place, which is known as Hamoudi Art Cafe. So here we go. Let's add this to the stream.
I want to share with you this amazing place called Hamoudi Art Cafe. And look at this spectacular place. It is so interesting. No matter everything you look at, every detail, there's so many things to look at. And here are pictures. Let me try to go in close of Hamoudi, but actually, Hine Hamoudi.
Good evening, friend. Good evening. Welcome.
And this is you will see a picture. We've already eaten it. This amazing, most gorgeous tea with the rose. And I just had to share with you Hamoudi because I just met Hamoudi. But I feel like already he's a friend. He's the most spectacular, warm, kind soul. As soon as I walked into this amazing place, which I've never experienced before, the first thing he said to me was he wanted everyone to be here to feel like a smile and have an experience and be happy, just to be happy. So, Hamoudi, אתה יכול להמשיך להגיד לי על so he's explaining to me about the city and everything else, and he's going to speak in Hebrew, but you can feel his energy, his soul, his fantastic warmth when he speaks. So I'm just going to video him speaking so you can enjoy. באמת, אתה משהו מאוד מיוחד.
העיר של עכו הוא העיר מאוד יפה, העיר שאני נולדתי פה, שאני כל הילדות שלי מאז שהייתי קטן בעכו, גדלתי בעכו, עד היום אני בעכו. עכו עיר היסטורי, עיר מוכר
I want to share with you this amazing place called Hamoudi Art Cafe. He speaks, so I'm just gonna video him speaking so you can enjoy. באמת, אתה משהו מאוד מיוחד.
שנה, כן, אני אוהב אותו, בגלל שאני גדלתי פה ואני אהבתי את העיר שלי, עיר אמן, עיר יפה, אני אוהב אותו. אז עליי לתת לו את מה שמגיע לו בתור העיר ההיסטורי, בתור העיר שאני גדלתי פה. אם אתה כן אוהב את העיר שלך, כן אתה מעריך את העיר, כן אתה רוצה לתת לו את מה שמגיע לו, כן אתה עליך לתת לו באמת את מה שמגיע לו. עכו לא אבנים ולא בתים ולא כבישים ולא שמחת. עכו באנשים שהיו בה עד היום, העיר היא מאוד יפה, העיר אנשים שהיו חיים פה על ביזנס, ביזנס זה חנות או מכולת, או חנות בשר, או חנות של תבלינים, או של נעליים, או של בגדים, או יגיד. הפרנסה שלהם היחידה זה הדייג. אז הם יוצאים לדייג וחוזרים מוכרים להם. באים מהכפרים למכור זיתים, שמן זית, גבינה לבנה, לבן, לבנה, זוטה, זעתר, ברווה, חיטה, ביצים ערבי אורגינליים. אז היו מסתובבים בסמטאות ומוכרים את מה שיש להם, חוזרים בחזרה לשוק לקנות תוך 24 שעות עד כוחה ורוחו הנמצאים לכל אדם יותר, כיף. היום אני פה 7 שנים במקום שהיה מוזנח מכל הבחינות, ניקיון כללי, עיצוב, או העיצוב מושך את האנשים, או טועים בדרך. מישהו אוהב את הבינה, מסביר להם על השכונות ועל הסמטאות, ואחרי חודש, חודשיים, חצי שנה, אני לא יודע, באים אליי בחזרה, חמודי, באנו להגיד לך שלום, ואנחנו לוקחים את החברים שלנו לעשות להם סיבוב בלב לב עתיקה. זה השמחה שלי, זה הכיף שלי, וזה אצלי שווה את כל הכסף. אני לא מחפש מה שיש בכיס, אני מחפש את הלבבות של האנשים, הלב של בן אדם. אם אתה מקבל אותו בתור בן אדם, אז בן אדם מול בן אדם, אחד מוביל את השני כשאחד מדבר עם השני. יותר טוב, ועוד הלאה לי יותר ויותר טוב, ואני מקווה לראות אנשים מכל מקום בעולם בתוך עתיקה ללב החומות של עכו, רוחו הנמצאים.
המון תודות. באמת, תודה רבה. אתה משהו מיוחד וממש מרגישים את זה.
לא צריכים לדבר,
השם שלך זה מתאים לך, באמת.
תודה.
תודה.
Wow. Okay. So, so many tech problems today, but I hope that you got that feeling from him. Like if you're watching, if you did, thank you. Sarah, so great to see you here. Thank you for joining. Sarah said, wow, so cool. He really is the coolest. And the experience, oh my gosh. Like, I hope that you felt from that. Even though it was a bit choppy, I apologize. Really, really an amazing experience. Very cool indeed. He's a very cool person. So I will just first, before I share with you some other photos, which you have to see, the way he we talk about also, right? Presentation, whether you're a clothing store or a restaurant, regardless of what you're selling, even if it's a hardware store, the presentation of your shelves, how you present what it is that you sell to your people really makes a difference. And you will see with these photos, this just beautiful presentation that he makes in his simple, just easy, natural way. So, here is what he says. And again, I mentioned the name is Hamoudi, right? And that's such an appropriate name for him. He's such a special person. So here's what he just said in the video that I just showed you. I live in the beautiful city of Akko. I was born here, spent all of my childhood here in Akko, a historical city. UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, that's what UNESCO stands for, deemed it a World Heritage Site, and there are 5,000 people there. He said, I love the city. I love the city because I grew up here, because of its beauty. And he just said, I love her so. Like, you could see that when he was talking. So I have to give it what it deserves, he says, in a way of giving to this historical city I grew up in since I was a young boy. If you appreciate her, if you love her, and what comes to you, you will give it back, the city, back what it deserves. Akko is not stones, not buildings, not alleys. Akko is the people who used to live here. And until today, the people who live here for businesses like merchandise stores, a grocery market, the meat stores, the selling of spices, selling shoes, selling fish, that there are many who make their living on fishing and selling fish day to day. Akko is a port city. If you look on the map, and you'll see, therefore, why fishing and the fishing industry and fishing restaurants and the markets are so important to Akko. So that's my little blurb in there. Going back to what Hamoudi said, tourists come to Akko and see how people live here. All the people who live here come from come from villages, all the surrounding areas of Akko, from the center of Tel Aviv. They come to Akko to get all the things that they want to buy, things they want to sell. He said it's always been like this, that they come from the villages to sell olives, olive oil, white cheese, labneh, za'atar, organic Arab organic eggs, and more. He just named a bunch of food items. And you can find everything there, even from lava stones to souvenirs and clothing, you name it. It's in the shuk. It's a very kind of typical Middle Eastern. A shuk means a market, right? An open air market. And he says, then they go along the alleys and walk along the old alleys in the old city of Akko and come back to the shuk and to the market. And that Akko is alive. He said, and it really is alive. There are people who come here daily, he says, others that live here. People come to the old city of Akko, and it opens up. It's alive. It's pretty, filled with life and neighborhoods and the history. And every alley, every neighborhood has its own unique name, and that name has its own meaning and history behind it. The names come from the Turkish mandate, time of the Turkish mandate, he said. So we're talking, right, like a very, very long time ago, hundreds of years ago. Today, it's filled with life and meaning as people stroll the alleys and love its history. He said there were times of sadness, but now when you walk around, that you get lit by all that she is in her beauty. He said anyone that comes here, they feel the love of Akko. So when people come here, I started inviting them here to drink coffee or tea in the heart of the old city and explain to them about the neighborhoods and alleys. And he does tours and he walks people around. And he said after months, after a half a year or even a year, people come back to him and they say, Hamoudi, we came to say shalom, to say hello, and to take our friends around the old city. And he said, for me, this is what I love. This is what's of value to me. This is my joy, my fun. This is more important than money. He said, I'm not looking at how much money you have in your pocket. I look for the love and the heart of people. If you receive them as human, human to human, they will connect to one another. Otherwise, he says, no, it just won't work. He said, I hope to see people from places all over the world to receive them, to explore and enjoy the warmth of Akko. So that is what he said. And I think you probably felt all that even without the translation. And that's why I just thought it was so important to share him and his words of wisdom on the show here, the Celebrity Customer Experience, because I think you get so much about what it is that we want our customers to feel, what environment we want to set up in our places that's really true to our brand, true to our culture, true to what's important to us and our values and our message. And that is just talk about clarity, right? Like he is super clear on who he is and what he wants to display and what he wants to share with everyone who comes to him. So now I'm just going to share with you some pictures of the, let me see if I can make this bigger. I'm going to actually that. Hamoudi, thank you for your time. I don't think you'll be seeing this right now, but maybe if you have find internet there nearby. He is in a small little area, kind of towards the port side of the old city of Akko. So I definitely invite you, next time you go to Akko, do not miss Hamoudi Art Cafe. So thanks again today. It was a little kind of jumpy, but thanks everyone for being here. And next week, I'm really excited. My guest is going to be someone who has done many things with his life, quite an impressive resume. And he worked for my father, for my parents, in the first 2 years of the McDonald's business in 1964. They opened McDonald's in Columbus, 1962, and he worked there from 64 to 66. And then again, later we'll get into those details, but really interesting story. And he talks about his experience as an employee and opportunities and customer experience in those days, and looking at what we can learn from that and use for today. So I invite you to join me and Wayne next week. I will say next week is the Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur on Thursday, the 16th. So we will be doing the next live show Tuesday next week, the 14th. At 10 a.m. We will post that, but I just wanted to let you know we will unusually not be having it at our regular time. So next Tuesday, the 14th, 10 a.m., the wonderful guest Wayne, and I invite you to join us there. And thank you so much for joining. And I look forward to seeing you again next week, and hope that this outro will work. Cheers.